Welcome back. I'm here with another lecture from chapter 2, and we are covering the leveling effect of water. Whenever you dissolve a base or acid in water, you cannot have acid stronger than hydronium ion with a pKa of minus 1.73. And if you are dissolving a base, your final base, the strongest base that you can have, it will be OH. So the strongest base OH, and the strongest acid is going to be hydronium ion. Let's go back to the table that we covered during last lecture. This is the table. Okay, what is hydronium ion? Hydronium ion is going to be this one. Okay. Now, if you dissolve any acid that is high, it has pKa higher than hydronium ion, it will get transferred technically to hydronium ion. So anything from this region, if I dissolve, finally is going to get transferred to hydronium ion. Okay, and I should say to this one, to hydronium ion. And this is going to be the strongest acid that we can have in water. Okay. We call this effect, we call it the leveling effect. That means, like whether you're dealing with really, really strong base or really, really strong acid, at the end, OH or hydronium ion will be your bases, your base and acid inside water. Okay. And for example, for this reaction, we have in the conjugate, we have a base reacting with water and it's forming an acid and plus OH. When I check the pKa for them, pKa of the product is 4.75, while pKa of the starting acid is 15.7. Okay. That means this reaction does not want to go actually to the right side, and the reaction wants to go to this direction. Okay, this direction. Okay. Why? Because the pKa for the starting compound is higher than the product. Remember, in order to move the reaction forward, we need to get a higher pKa for the conjugate acid. So the conjugate acid, which is this one, must have higher pKa than your acid, and in this case is water is going to be the acid. Okay, now what will happen if I dissolve an acid in water? Okay, water is capable of working as an acid or base. It depends to pKa of the compound that you're adding to it. If the starting compound it has pKa less than water, okay, then it's going to give it H. And so in this case, the acid that we started with, it has pKa of -9. This is going to be the acid, okay, and water will be the base. So I'm going to call this one, this is the base. And what do I get? I get the conjugate, okay, conjugate base, and that's going to be a hydrogen, monohydrogen sulfate, okay, monohydrogen sulfate, and that one is going to give me conjugate acid. And if you check the pKa of the conjugate acid, is higher than the starting compound. So we have our acid, H2SO4, okay, the pKa is -9, while our conjugate acid, which is H3O plus, it has a pKa of -1.7. Clearly, it's bigger than, like -9. So I'm going to say the reaction will move to the product side. That means water will accept H. Remember, water is capable of behaving as an acid or base, depends to pKa of the starting compound. Okay, now, if you're adding two compounds, and let's say one of them is a base, and you expect it to accept hydrogen from the acid, and you're running this reaction in water, give it a chance that maybe water will behave as an acid or base in this condition. Technically, I want to say water will be competing with one of your reactants, and you might get leveling effect. So I want to actually break this one down for you. Okay, so we have two components. Okay, two components. One component is this. Okay, I believe we have 5 carbons there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and say we have that one. 1, 2, 3, 4. I go. Yes. Okay. So we have such a compound, and that compound, it has a triple bond. Okay, that means I'm going to have an H bond here. Okay, H bond. Remember, you do have a carbon here, and we do show it in like in organic chemistry. Okay, so we have an H attached to that carbon. Okay, I'm going to just simply say attach it there. Okay, next, I'm going to react this one with nitrogen that it has 2 methyl groups attached to it, and nitrogen is not active. So what do I need to do? Okay, nitrogen is missing 2 plus 2. Okay, it's missing 4 electrons. So I'm going to add 2 lone pairs on nitrogen. Okay, let's figure the formal charge for nitrogen. If I draw a circle around nitrogen, nitrogen is a group 5. I see 6 electrons around it, so it will be -1. So nitrogen is -1. It has a charge of -1. Okay, expectation is that nitrogen is going to go after this hydrogen, and it will take it. Okay, so you expect to get this. You expect to get, okay, say triple bond with lone pair here, and we're going to get carbon. Okay, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5 carbons. Okay, and carbon is going to have -1 charge. And what else? We get nitrogen. Okay, and then here we have methyl, and you have hydrogen. And what else? Now we have one lone pair and nitrogen that will have 0 for 1 charge. Okay, so if I shrink the size and put them close to each other, this is going to be my technically reaction. Okay, it will be something like this. Okay, that's what happened. Okay, so this is going to be the acid, and that one it will be the conjugate. Sorry, that's going to be the base, and this is going to be the conjugate base, and NH3, because now we have H attached to it, that's going to be the conjugate acid. The pKa for this one is something around, I believe, it's 22. Okay, 22.5. Okay, and the pKa for the starting compound is something higher than 25. Higher than 25. So your assumption is like this reaction is going to move on, and the reaction is going to go to the product side, and it will happen. True. Okay. If you don't have another component inside the solution, yes, it will happen. But you forgot this. Okay. You forgot that okay, nitrogen, yes, is looking for hydrogen, but why should we bother and go with this organic molecule and break such a weak acidic H? This is going to be a weak, okay, weak acidic H. Why do I call it weak acidic H? Because look at the pKa. The pKa is a 25. That means that's not really a strong acid, and it's really weak. It's going to have a weak acidic H. So that means it's going to cost you more energy to break the H and take it out. Okay. Is there any short wall to steal hydrogen from it? Okay. We have water. Okay. Let's see what will happen if we introduce water. Okay. This is going to be water. Okay. pKa of water is 50. And you're adding nitrogen, okay, with 2 methyls and of course 2 lone pair, and that's going to give you OH minus plus nitrogen with 2 methyls and 1 hydrogen. Okay, so now we have hydrogen, and of course we do have a lone pair on nitrogen. Okay, what's the pKa of the product? It's written, and pKa is 22.5. Okay, so now which one is going to be favored? The first reaction or the second reaction? Of course, the second reaction. Look, molecules will not say because that's an organic molecule, so let's go after the first reaction. No, if I'm a base and I'm looking for H, I'm going to ask myself, in which direction if I move, I'm going to spend less energy. I can steal hydrogen from water, and the pKa is just 15, or I can go after that, triple bond, and the pKa is 10 times, okay, weaker technically than the water. That means that bond, okay, is really strong to break it. Okay, remember, the lower the pKa is, the higher acidity. Water is a stronger acid than the compound with a triple bond. So I'm going to say, because water is a stronger acid, okay, water will be the one that is giving H to to nitrogen. Okay, so nitrogen is going to take H from water, not actually not the triple bond. Okay, now what's going to be our technically base inside the solution? The base inside the solution, it will be this. This is your base. Okay, so I'm going to try to make this one, okay, a bit less crowded. Let's copy paste entire of this and put it the next page. So we have 2 possibilities. Okay, we can have the top reaction. Top reaction is giving us a conjugate base, and then there is a carbon with a lone pair, or we can have water reacting with nitrogen, and it will generate OH. So in this case, the base, the strongest base that we're going to have, it will be OH. This is our base. Okay, so the base is OH minus 1, and not nitrogen, okay, with -1 charge. Okay, so this is your base. When you're running the reaction, OH is going to be the one that's technically doing the rest of the reaction. Okay, I'm going to stop here. And I will see you very soon talking about Lewis acids and bases. Thank you again.